Hello, my name is Tatiana Gomez. I decided to make a video for my final story project, told in the perspective of my 37-year-old self as a pediatric cardiovascular surgeon. Now, let's go back in time to see how it all started. When I was little, one of my favorite things to do was to dress up and play doctor with my parents. I would spend hours examining them and performing surgeries. Coming from a family of multiple doctors and engineers, such as my mom and my aunt as dentists, both of my uncles as plastic surgeons, and both of my cousins as electrical and industrial engineers. Having them by my side as I grew up influenced me in many ways. I became interested in the medical field from a young age, and since then, the interest has just gotten bigger. My parents have also made me set very high standards for myself and always told me to strive to be the best I can be at anything I did. Setting high standards for myself as a middle schooler carried on into high school, and it paid off because look where I am now. It's crazy to think how this journey started 19 years ago, when I was just a junior in high school. Here I am wearing my graduating class shirt of 2018. During high school, I had the opportunity to be in the dual enrollment program at Valencia. I think that has been one of the best decisions I have made so far in my career path. Not only did I get a head start on my educational path, but I also got a first-hand experience to see how college really works. One of my favorite classes was my new student experience class. We had to write down a purpose statement one day, and mine was to design and create medical devices to help people with disabilities live they want to live as a biomedical engineer. That day, I had a clear picture in my mind of what I wanted to do for the rest of my life. It's funny how things change since I'm a surgeon now, but this is how everything started. Being able to write down what I believed my purpose was at that age forced me to start thinking ahead and how I was going to get there. In my favorite class, we had to take a test to evaluate our top 5 strengths. I still remember to this day what my top 5 scores were: achiever, discipline, futuristic, competition, and focus. Having taken the new student experience class as a junior gave me the great advantage because it showed me what I had to do and how I had to do it to get there. Valencia College overall played a huge role in my educational path because it was the start of my path as a college student. Attending Valencia as a dual enrollment student, I was lucky enough for everything to be paid by my high school. However, not everything was going to be paid for the next 4 years. I applied to many scholarships during my senior year, and I received the Bright Future Scholarship and the Hispanic Heritage Scholarship. To ensure that I received my AA degree, each semester I would go to the Valencia Dual Enrollment Advisor to make sure I was on the right track. And each quarter, I would go to my high school guidance counselor, Mrs. Hernandez, to make sure I was fulfilling the requirements needed to graduate on time. After graduating from high school as a valedictorian of my class in the spring of 2018, with my AA degree from Valencia College, I then attended the University of Florida, Go Gators, which is located in Gainesville. My major was biomedical engineering with a concentration on pre-med. I decided to take classes emphasized on pre-med during this period because I did not know if I wanted to stay as a biomedical engineer or further my career and become a doctor. Since I already had my AA degree when I came to UF, I was able to skip up until my sophomore year. One thing I did right away when I started at UF was to get involved with a lab. I was given this advice by a biomedical engineer named Jesse Bryant. He told me that this is what he would have done if he could go back. If you had to start all over again, what would you do differently?
If I could do it differently in undergrad, I would get involved with a lab as soon as possible. Wherever you end up, find a professor that's doing research that you are interested in, and find out how you can help out.
So as soon as I start my undergrad?
Why not? We had freshmen in our lab at Texas A&M.
Okay.
And even if it's something that you decide you don't want to do, the experience is so valuable.
The UF Medical Lab is where I completed my first internship. I'm never going to forget that experience. It was during my junior year at UF when I thought to myself, this is it. I have 1 more year and I'm done. But I didn't want to finish as a biomedical engineer. I wanted to further my career and become a doctor. I took the MCAT and passed. Then I started applying to medical programs around the country. I got accepted into the Johns Hopkins University in Baltimore, Maryland. I graduated from UF with a bachelor's degree in biomedical engineering in the year 2022. Then I went on to Johns Hopkins University to study medicine. The average tuition rate in the year 2022 was $50,161. I had financial aid, but I had to take out the Stanford loan. After graduating from Johns Hopkins University with my MD in 2026, I decided to come down to Florida to complete my internship at the University of Florida College of Medicine for general surgery from 2026 to 2027. Then I decided to stay at the College of Medicine to complete my residency program for cardiovascular surgery from 2028 to 2031. These were a rough 5 years. I was working up to 80 hours a week and sleeping in the hospital, but I didn't care about the lack of sleep and the long hours. I was doing something that I loved and something that I dreamt of. Then I decided to go back to Johns Hopkins University to complete my fellowship in pediatric cardiology from 2031 to 2034. Sorry, I have to go. I need to complete another surgery. It's the year 2037, and I am proud to say that I am one of the leading surgeons at the Pediatric Cardiovascular Clinic of Orlando. I work alongside 2 other surgeons. To give a description of my average work week, I would say that I work from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. every single day. And on the other 4 days, I do normal appointments with my patients and also post-op checkups. The most asked question I get is, what are the necessary skills to become and be a cardiologist? I always answer them with this. You have to have a large knowledge of the cardiovascular system. You have to have a high level of responsibility and confidence in yourself to act in emergent situations. You have to have excellent communication and interpersonal skills. And you have to have the compassion, self-motivation, and ability to work under pressure for long hours. I still remember to this day what Jesse Bryant said to me in an interview I conducted with him back in 2016 for one of my Valenti classes. I asked him if he had a dream machine to build. He answered me saying this, that he didn't have a dream machine to build. He wanted to improve the standard of living for society as a whole. I hope this video shows you how the road to success can be long and difficult, but it'll always be worth it in the end. Now it's time for you to embark on your journey and see where the future takes you.